Alrighty, how's it going, guys? Hank and Dictor here, and we are back with yet another MLB Free Agency video. But this time, joining me today, one of our resident Met fans slash experts, Paul Lombardi. Paul, how's it going?
Doing pretty good, Hank. Especially after today. It's a good day to be a Mets fan. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, I feel you should have every reason to be very excited about this move. But before we get into that, I'd like to give you guys a friendly neighborhood reminder. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below and give us a subscribe. And Paul, with that having been said, let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this video. Max Scherzer, 3 years, $130 million. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, but has there been a move this big the Mets have made with regards to a great pitcher?
I can't think of one, to be honest with you. Most of our great pitchers have come up through our farm system and have not really necessarily been signed to mega deals like this. But this is a game changer. This is absolutely amazing. If you have a healthy Scherzer and a healthy DeGrom, that's the best 1-2 punch in all of baseball. That's one of the best 1-2 punches of all time, too. It doesn't get any better than that. Scherzer posted his lowest ERA of his career this past season. He is still as elite as ever. He's perfect for New York. This was a must get guy, kind of guy to kind of turn the tide and really get us into like more of a winning atmosphere. This dude, as I've said to you, as I've been saying in the past, he's the best. He's the best pitcher of our lifetime. He's the best pitcher of our generation. And, having him with DeGrom, who's also one of the best pitchers of our generation, is something special.
Yeah, I was trying to think back at other pitchers they got. Maybe Tom Glavine. I mean, Tom Glavine was kind of around the same age at that point. Maybe Pedro. I mean, he was coming off a World Series ring with Boston in 2004 prior to signing a contract to the Mets. And Pedro was actually pretty solid too, but
they both were.
He wasn't quite what he was in 99 and 2000. I mean, to be fair, though, it's really hard for him to replicate those years because those are historically good years. But in any event, yeah, I think Max Scherzer, when it comes down to the best pitchers of our lifetime, I'm honestly torn between him and Clayton Kershaw. I mean, look, I know Clayton Kershaw has gotten a lot of flack for not being the best postseason pitcher, but look, even before he finally got that elusive ring, he had a number of amazing pitching performances, a number of great Cy Young seasons. 2014 in particular will go down as one of the best pitching performances of our lifetime. But Max Scherzer, his numbers are right on par, if not maybe better than Clayton Kershaw. I mean, this is a guy who had a 20 strikeout game, probably one of the more intense competitors I've ever seen too. He doesn't like when guys congratulate him, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about his other psychopathic tendencies. I love watching that guy pitch. And quite frankly, I always say the biggest mistake the Yankees have made since their last World Series championship, in my honest opinion, was not signing him in the 2014-15 offseason. But you know what? I don't want to give you that tangent as a hardcore Yankee fan. This is all about you guys. And look, I'm not going to lie. Is there even a little bit of risk involved in signing a great pitcher like him? Yeah, sure. I mean, look, he's 37 years old, but at the end of the day, ask any of the other fan bases in baseball how they would feel about signing Max Scherzer to even a 3-year contract. I think they'd be ecstatic, no?
Oh, for sure. Every single contract is a risk, and any contract that you're paying 30 plus mil a year, and it doesn't even matter how many years it is, there's definitely going to be a risk because you really never know. But if there's one player in baseball that you want to give a contract like this to, it's Max Scherzer. I mean, absolutely dominant. He gets better with age too. There's no reason to believe that that this contract's going to be any bit bad. And there's more than enough reason to believe that this is going to be a real turning point for the Mets, and that this is a game changer completely. It's it's difficult to formulate words because, to be honest with you, I did not expect that they were going to land him. When the rumors started happening, like last night, Sunday night, I was kind of blown away and in a bit of shock. And when we finally sealed the deal this afternoon on Monday, it was pretty amazing, and I did not expect this to happen. I knew we'd be in on Scherzer. I always just expected him to go back to the Dodgers though, but this is amazing. This is a real game changer, and I don't think they're done yet. We've had a busy weekend, busy last few days, and I'm excited to see what else they have to pull.
So let me read off his numbers for you. This is his numbers for the entire 2021 season. He went 15-4 with a 2.46 ERA, 236 strikeouts, a 0.864 whip. Wow, that is disgusting. And now let me give you his numbers with the Dodgers alone. And keep in mind, these are all games pitched during a stretch run of a playoff race.
Yep.
7-0. Yes, 7-0. 1.98 ERA and 89 strikeouts. Good Lord. I mean, and I feel like I think he did lose a playoff game or two. I could be wrong, but even then, I don't think he even got a decision in the one playoff game he started where they lost. So the guy was clutch for the Dodgers, and if he didn't get burned out at the end, which I think that was Dave Roberts overusing them, and I think that was the fact that the Dodgers as a whole just were dealing with injuries. I think there's no doubt they win that World Series. Like, he is just absolutely unreal. And yeah, I don't know. I think the more I think about it, I'm probably leaning towards him for best pitcher of my lifetime. But then again, Clayton was amazing too. The reason I put Max Scherzer ahead of Clayton, though, just barely, is because he has that Michael Jordan-like killer instincts where
exactly
he takes that shit personally.
Yep. he just completely takes over a game, and he's dominant. That there's very few in the game that are like him, especially in baseball. He is one factor that can completely change the outcome of any team that he's on, even for a guy that pitches once every 5 days. Like he's that kind of difference maker, that kind of clubhouse presence too. And having him and DeGrom as two of your 5 guys that you're throwing out there every single day, that's not bad.
I think there's only a few questions left before I end this. First of all, who's going to be your opening day starter, which is a great problem to have?
I would still say DeGrom for sure. You still have to give it to DeGrom. That's, his day. He's Jacob DeGrom. I would say I would honestly still say that DeGrom's the best pitcher in baseball right now.
That's fair.
He definitely had some injuries, but you have to give opening day to DeGrom, and it's going to be fun because opening days against the Nationals. We open up against the Nationals.
Oh my gosh, that's
at
right.
Citi Field. So we're going to have Scherzer's first start as a Met will be against the Nationals.
Paul, I hope for your sake you get to go to that game, by the way. Also,
I'm trying to go to opening day. So if he pitches opening day, might be there, unless it's DeGrom.
Now, the last question I have to ask you before we end this. Do you think the Mets, with the acquisition of Max Scherzer and a healthy Jacob DeGrom, do you think that might be just enough that can get them over the top of the Atlanta Braves for the division? Or do they still have a little bit of ways to go?
I think if the offense is clicking too, it definitely could be enough. I absolutely think so. I thought that we had enough last year to possibly be ahead of the Braves. I still predicted my preseason. I still had the Braves ahead of the Mets, right. Just because it was tough to not predict the Braves to win the division. But I still thought that even last year we had a chance to be better than them, and everything kind of crumbled down. We had injuries, all that kind of stuff last season. But I think that if everything's clicking, we 100% can surpass the Braves. And I also don't think we're done yet. I want to see what other moves we make. We're going to add some more arms for sure. And, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, again, congrats on that big sighting. You have every right to go out and celebrate and do whatever you want. But Paul, as always, whenever we talk about the Mets, I want to thank you again for coming on and joining me. And I'm sure this won't be the last Mets offseason video that we'll be doing together, because remember, this team still doesn't even have a manager yet.
It's true. That's true. We'll definitely be doing one for that. So I appreciate you having me, Hank, and always down to talk some Mets.
But in any event, before you go, I want to give you guys one more friendly neighborhood reminder. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And of course, if you guys like what you saw and you want to see more short videos for off-season content, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below. Hit a like, leave a comment. We would love to hear your opinions. What do you think? Does Max Scherzer lift the Mets over the top? Are there more moves they need to make? Thanks again, guys, for watching. More videos will come, but until next time, I'm Hank Addictor, and I will see you guys later.